Deep within the savanna, bathed in the warm glow of a setting sun, the sky with fiery oranges and deep purples, lies a village bustling with life. Laughter spills from mud huts with thatched roofs, children chase each other through dusty streets, and the rhythmic pounding of drums fills the air. All characteristics of a strong, proud tribe. But tonight, a heavy silence hangs over the village, a stark contrast to the usual joyful cacophony. Faces etched with worry gather in the central clearing, whispers of fear crackling amongst the elders. Their wise leader, Amani, his weathered face etched with concern, stands before them. My people, a darkness has fallen upon us. The heart of our tribe, the very essence of our being, has been stolen, Amani said. A collective gasp ripples through the crowd. They all know what Amani speaks of. The talking drum, a magnificent instrument carved from the heart of an ancient baobab tree. Its skin, stretched taut, bore the marks of countless generations, each beat echoing with the whispers of ancestors, the triumphs of warriors, and the wisdom of elders. It wasn't just a drum, it was their voice, their history, their very soul. Now it was gone, stolen by the ruthless warriors of the neighboring tribe, known for their cruelty and disregard for tradition. Despair threatens to engulf the village. The beating heart of their community silenced. But beneath the cloak of despair, a flicker of hope remains. Amani, his gaze unwavering, surveys his people. He knows their strength, their resilience. They will not surrender without a fight. We cannot succumb to this darkness. We must reclaim our voice, our legacy. But brute force will not suffice against their might. We need a mind as sharp as the lion's claws, a warrior swift as the antelope on the plains, said Amani. A hush falls over the gathering as Amani scans the faces before him. His eyes land on a young man, his body coiled with nervous energy, his eyes glinting with determination. This is Kofi, the tribe's most daring warrior, known for his agility, his quick thinking, and his unwavering loyalty. Kofi, step forward, young one, Amani said. Kofi strides forward, chest puffed with pride, yet a hint of trepidation in his eyes. He knows the weight of this task, the immense responsibility placed upon his shoulders. The fate of our tribe rests on your shoulders, Kofi. You will venture into the heart of the enemy camp, a lone wolf amongst a pack of hyenas, and bring back the talking drum, said Amani. A collective gasp ripples through the crowd again. The danger is immense, the odds stacked against him. But Kofi holds Amani's gaze, a spark of defiance lighting up his youthful face. A collective gasp ripples through the crowd again. The danger is immense, the odds stacked against him. But Kofi holds Amani's gaze, a spark of defiance lighting up his youthful face. Kofi, confident yet determined, says, "I will not fail you, Amani. I will bring back our voice." The village gathers around Kofi, their rhythmic drumming a silent pledge of support, a drumbeat of unwavering belief. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows across the savanna, Kofi sets off on his perilous journey, the fate of his tribe hanging in the balance. Days bled into nights as Kofi traversed the unforgiving savanna. The weight of his mission pressed heavily on him, the silence of the talking drum a constant reminder of his village's despair. He knew a direct assault was suicide. He needed a plan, a cunning strategy to breach the enemy's defenses and reclaim their stolen voice. Finally, under the cloak of a moonless night, Kofi reached the enemy camp. The flickering flames of their torches cast grotesque shadows on the makeshift tents and mud brick structures. The air thrummed with an unsettling energy, a stark contrast to the peaceful rhythm of his own village. From within the largest tent, a faint rhythmic beat pulsed, the unmistakable sound of the talking drum, a constant taunt mocking Kofi's mission. He gritted his teeth, the anger fueling his resolve. But how could he infiltrate their camp, steal back the drum, and escape undetected? Kofi surveyed the scene from the shadows. Heavily armed warriors patrolled the perimeter, their eyes scanning the darkness with practiced vigilance. The entrance to the leader's tent, where the talking drum resided, was heavily guarded. A frontal assault was out of the question. Kofi needed a distraction, a way to slip past the watchful guards and into the heart of the enemy camp. As he crouched behind a stack of crates, a group of drunken warriors stumbled past, their voices thick with revelry. A spark ignited in Kofi's mind. He rummaged through his meager supplies, pulling out a worn leather pouch containing a handful of brightly colored powders. These were no ordinary pigments. They were gifts from the village shaman, concoctions with unique properties. Back in the village, the shaman, a wizened figure with eyes that held the wisdom of ages, had explained the powder's properties. One, a vibrant crimson, could induce temporary blindness. Another, a shimmering gold, could create an illusion, a shimmering mirage to deceive the senses. Kofi's heart pounded in his chest as he weighed his options. He knew a mistake would be fatal, but he also knew that without taking a risk, he would return empty-handed, his village doomed to silence. Taking a deep breath, he uncorked a vial filled with the crimson powder. With a flick of his wrist, he sent a small cloud of the crimson powder into the air. It drifted towards the patrolling warriors, carried by the gentle night breeze. Moments later, the warriors stumbled, clutching at their eyes, their shouts turning into pained whimpers. Temporary blindness. Seizing the opportunity, Kofi sprinted towards the leader's tent, his heart hammering a frantic rhythm against his ribs. He reached the entrance, but two hulking guards stood sentinel, their expressions grim. Kofi needed another distraction, a way to bypass them without a fight. He uncorked the vial containing the shimmering gold powder. With a silent prayer, he blew a cloud of the powder towards the guards. The air shimmered, distorting their vision. Before their eyes, a shimmering image materialized. A towering elephant, its tusks gleaming in the darkness. The guards froze, their faces etched with fear. The legendary elephant, a revered creature in their tribe, was a symbol of immense power and bad luck. Kofi didn't waste a second. He darted past the guards, slipping through the shimmering mirage before it dissipated. He reached the entrance of the leader's tent, his lungs burning, his muscles screaming in protest. With a trembling hand, he reached for the flap and, his lungs burning, his muscles screaming in protest.